Hi, movie recap here. I'm providing an exciting movie, Lethal Seduction, but spoilers are ahead. Get ready to discover a film you might not know about, so watch out and take care. While a woman named Melanie is shown swimming elegantly, at the same time, a teenager named Mark is celebrating his 18th birthday with a pool party, wearing his swimsuit and admiring his reflection in the mirror. Meanwhile, Walter is observing the girls at the party, and Mark finds himself developing feelings for Melanie. Determined to host another gathering,
Dude, scotch doesn't go bad. It ain't like milk.
Mark plans for his mom, Tanya, to go on a date with a man named Randy, ensuring their house is available for the event. Walter and Mark go around inviting other girls over and preparing drinks. But the fun is cut short when a deacon suggests playing a game of Bible trivia, which was Tanya's idea to check in on Mark during the party.
I'm actually not here right now.
Oh, I'm here to see you, my boy.
Later, Tanya sings "You Are My Sunshine" to Mark while making breakfast for him in a heartfelt way, and she continues to do chores. During this time, Mark meets an elderly woman named Carissa, who is interested in a shower head he recently bought. After learning that his mom loves it, Carissa invites Mark to help her install it. Mark successfully installs the shower head, and Carissa celebrates with a beer. She then invites Mark to try out the new shower head, which he finds refreshing. As they explore different parts of the house, Mark shares his experiences with Walter by the pool. Walter becomes jealous, while Tanya's relationship with Randy continues to flourish, and Mark's bond with Carissa deepens. Carissa comes over to take Mark on a date, and Tanya becomes suspicious of the fancy car.
Ooh, you want to be like one of those IT guys?
During their date, Mark impresses Carissa by talking about an app he developed, which she thinks could be worth a lot of money. Later, Mark goes shopping for suits with Carissa and enjoys a swim in her pool, showing off his youthful physique. Curious about a shed in the backyard, and she hints at it being something special. Meanwhile, Tanya finds text messages from Carissa and decides to invite her over for dinner, thinking she's a high school girl. When Carissa arrives, Tanya gives her a stern look, setting the tone for an awkward dinner. Carissa brings up Mark's impressive app, suggesting he shouldn't go to college, which leads to a heated argument between Tanya and Carissa.
I'm not throwing it all away.
That's an incredibly irresponsible thing for you to suggest.
Carissa accuses Tanya of being desperate and middle-aged, while Carissa defends herself by saying she's just trying to help. Tensions rise as Tanya and her ex-husband, Mark, part ways with Carissa, planning a day at the beach to continue their past activities. Meanwhile, Tanya digs into Carissa's personal life, leading to a heated argument that turns into a full-blown dispute, with insults and drama escalating to a point where it seems like a Lifetime movie. In the midst of this chaos, Mark accidentally stumbles upon a gun in Carissa's room.
Maybe you should move in.
When Carissa suggests that Mark move in with her, he declines, leading to a cool response.
I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to say those things to...
However, Mark later apologizes, with a condition that he won't let Carissa influence him.
My treat. It was lovely seeing.
Tanya sets him up on a date with someone more age-appropriate. The date goes smoothly, culminating in a kiss that leaves Mark smitten and Tanya thrilled. However, Carissa, unhappy with this development, takes matters into her own hands. She waits in Melanie's back seat.
You might never ever see him again.
With a knife confronts her and slashes her face as a warning to stay away from Mark. The presence of sharks becomes relevant as Randy works at an aquarium. Tanya attempts to patch things up by bringing muffins to Randy at work,
I really don't know where this is coming from. I think you're just...
only to discover he is breaking up with her, citing annoyance or his desire not to be a safety net. Meanwhile, Carissa visits the aquarium, fascinated by the sharks and trying to win Randy back.
Please leave.
What?
Just,
However, Randy, frustrated with the situation, kicks her out.
Last night, I need to break it off with Carissa.
Mark confides in Walter about his plans to break up with Carissa, seeing it as an opportunity to pursue his app independently.
And why you would trade in for the newer model when you have a vintage classic.
Walter tries to charm Carissa, calling her vintage, but his efforts fall flat. Carissa, unimpressed, retrieves a butcher knife and threatens Mark. Mark, tied up in a sauna,
Please let me go.
begs Carissa to release him, but she refuses,
Here's your most important life lesson, sweetheart.
delivering a chilling monologue about the importance of women. She burns him with a hot poker and instructs him to relax, worried about Mark's disappearance.
Talk to him. Would you please tell him that his mother is very, very worried?
Tanya seeks help from Randy, who is now working at the aquarium.
Carissa's.
Carissa sends a message to Tanya that looks like it's from Mark.
Who is it? Tanya Richards, I'm here to pick up my...
Tanya gets to Carissa's place and hesitantly joins her for a drink during their chat. During their conversation over wine, Tanya accuses Carissa of being unstable.
Put those on if you ever want to see your son again.
In response, Carissa forces Tanya to wear a handcuff if she wants to see Mark again.
Misery. Or you could use the bullet on yourself and...
Carissa offers Tanya a choice between Mark and herself, with only one bullet left in the gun after they lock it. Tanya struggles with this decision as time goes on, with shots of sharks in the distance adding to the tension. In a moment of panic, Tanya points the gun at herself but then comes up with a different plan. She makes a loud noise with hot stones and fire, pretending to be dead, which surprises Carissa as she comes closer to investigate. Tanya then makes a bold move, successfully rescuing Mark from the sauna, with Carissa close behind. Just as things seem to be under control, Randy steps in with a trident, using it to defuse the situation and save everyone. Walter, who miraculously comes out of a box, is reunited with the group.
Oh, and there she is now.
After this intense moment, Walter's girlfriend, who is a senior citizen, arrives by car, bringing the story to a close. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.